On this day in 1890, the longest bridge in Great Britain, the fourth bridge in Scotland, is opened by the Prince of Wales, who later becomes King Edward VII. The American Automobile Association, or AAA, is founded in Chicago on this day in 1902. The first vampire film, Nosferatu, an adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula, is released in Germany on this day in 1922. On this day in 1933, at the height of the Great Depression, Franklin Delano Roosevelt is inaugurated as the 32nd President of the United States. In his famous inaugural address, Roosevelt outlined his New Deal and made the famous statement, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." On this day in 1941, the British Navy raids a German position off the coast of Norway and inside the Arctic Circle, the Lofton Islands. The raid, codenamed Operation Claymore, damaged an armed German trawler and destroyed the Germans' local stockpile of oil, but failed in its main objective, the capture of an Enigma decoding machine. On this day in 1944, the U.S. 8th Air Force launches the first American bombing raid against the German capital of Berlin. On this day in 1945, Princess Elizabeth, later to become Queen Elizabeth II, joins the British Auxiliary Transport Services as a driver. On this day in 1952, actor and future President Ronald Reagan marries his second wife, actress Nancy Davies, in Los Angeles. Also on this day in 1952, Ernest Hemingway completes his short novel, The Old Man and the Sea. He wrote to his publisher the same day, saying that he had finished the book and that it was the best writing he had ever done. The critics agreed. The book won the Pulitzer Prize in 1953 and became one of his best-selling works. On this day in 1969, London East End gang bosses Ronald and Reginald Cray are found guilty of murder. On this day in 2005, billionaire mogul Martha Stewart is released from a federal prison near Alderson, West Virginia, after serving 5 months for lying about a sale of unclaimed stock in 2001. On this day in 2009, the International Criminal Court issues an arrest warrant for Sudanese President Omar Hassan al-Bashir for war crimes and crimes against humanity in Darfur, becoming the first sitting head of state to be indicted. If today is your birthday, many happy returns. Let's take a look at some of the people who share your birthday. South African singer and Grammy Award winner Miriam Makeba was born on this day in 1932. Welsh rocker Mike Barrett, better known as Shakin' Stevens, was born on this day in 1948. English musician Chris Rea was born on this day in 1951. Also born on this day in 1951 was a Scottish football manager and former player Kenny Dalglish. South African cricket player Darryl Cullinan, who at the age of 16 became the youngest Protea player to score a first-class century, was born on this day in 1976. Let's take a look at a few of the people who passed away on this day. Matthew C. Perry, a Commodore of the United States Navy who opened Japan to Western influence and trade, dies at the age of 63 on this day in 1858. Actor and comedy star John Candy dies of a heart attack at the age of 43 on this day in 1995 while busy filming a Western comedy, Wagons East. Johnny Preston, who had a hit in 1959 with Running Bear, dies at the age of 71 on this day in 2011. And finally, on this day in 1963, African National Congress leader Walter Sisulu was sentenced to 6 years in prison for furthering the aims of the banned ANC and for organizing the May 1961 stay-at-home protest. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and tune in tomorrow for another This Day in History.